Hi everybody, welcome to Chair Yoga. Awesome to have you here today. For today's class, you're going to need two chairs, one that you're going to sit on and one that you're going to use as a support. So feel free to set yourself up. You can also put yourself into close proximity to a sofa or even your bed. So if you don't have two chairs available, you can also imagine that this is a bed or a sofa. So we're going to have a class today that's going to be really focused on flow and on kind of creating this inner calm in our body. So I'm not formally trained in Tai Chi. However, I have practiced some Tai Chi movements in my yoga practice for forever. And I want to share some of those with you this week because those movements of slow flowing movements, it does create an inner calm. There's this real sense of deliberateness that comes when we reduce the chaos in our mind and really come back into that calm space. So we're going to start, as we often do, just by sitting tall and hands will rest on your lap. I'm kind of turned just a little bit cattywampus, only because I want to be able to show you some of the arm movements without having to constantly be changing my body shape. So sit in the comfortable position facing me, or if you can turn somewhat slightly like I am, that's great too. We're gonna start hands on our lap. And I want you to start to find just this sort of energy in the hips and the pelvis. So it's not big, we're gonna grow this circular, but we're just, imagine maybe just moving the weight of your body from sit bone to sit bone, and just start to feel a little bit of action here with the pelvis. And as we move through the practice today, I want you to think much more about holding the body in a sense of constant motion, but not chaos. So we're just going to begin to make those circles a little bit bigger. You can see that now my belly's starting to get involved as I'm taking that energy up my spine. And then my shoulders are going to become involved as I lean forward a little bit. Maybe my head will get involved. I might close my eyes and I just rotate here. You'll take about 5 more. Remember, we're just moving as if we are a version of water, moving around some of the obstacles of life, not getting stuck up in the nonsense on the edges of the river, just flowing. And now pause and reverse your directions. We're going to take it big to start, and then eventually those circles will become a little bit more contained in the body as we come back down that spiral sensation of the spine. And eventually we move into the low belly again. And now we find just that motion in the pelvis again, from the sit bone to the sit bone, not big, and connected here. Beautiful. We're going to move through our cat and cow series with that sense of flow. So you're going to begin to push your heart forward and then immediately round your spine. And then draw your belly forward with your nose and immediately round your spine. So we find just this flexion and extension of the spine, almost like a wave. So we're just taking our spine into this wave-like motion. And this week, I'm thinking a lot about water and the calmness of water, and just allowing myself to move through some of the obstacles that show up in my life. Things that I can't control, but I can certainly go around them. I can go over them. I can go through them without getting stuck. Take 2 more of these spinal movements. Perfect. Now, we're going to take our arms and begin to swim backwards. Just be mindful of where you are in relation to the back of the chair so you don't bump your elbow. We'll take about 4 more. So just finding that flow in the body. Let your hands sort of drape around. Not too rigid today. 2 more. So nice. Now we're going to reverse that. So we're going to go forward with our swimming. Let your fingers just fall last. Beautiful. Just nice and soft. 4 more. Our shoulder joint loves to move in all the directions that it's capable of moving, so we want to make sure we give it all that it can do. 3 more. 2 more, up and over. Last one. Beautiful. Now close your butterfly wings. You're going to lift them up and then open up. And then come back and then lower. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Try that again. We just have this opening and closing, and our breath really becomes our guide. Try it again. Let it be smooth. Sometimes we hold posture. Sometimes we stop in each step of the sequence. But today, I just want to flow and kind of bring in this sense in your body that you can move through and around and over. 2 more. You can flow through life, creating calm. Last one. Beautiful. Roll your shoulders. Let's move into our legs just a little bit. We're going to get kind of deep into the legs in a moment, but let's just open and close our hips. You might like to lift up your heels, give you a little bit more space to open. You might prefer the feet flat. Either way is fine. Perfect. Now we're going to move into sort of that Tai Chi type motions I want you to think about. So I like to guide it this way. The elbows are not drilled into your ribs, but you're just sitting, just kind of touching, skimming your side body. And imagine that you're holding this beautiful, precious ball. And it might be that the ball is made of colored glass, it might be precious stones, whatever it is, but your fingers hold it gently. You're not death gripping this ball, it's just resting. But there's definitely some weight to the ball. It's not like a balloon where it's just air. There's something there. And so place your hands around that ball. Just close your eyes for a moment and focus your minds between the space between your hands. So that sphere, that ball that you have, the shape as your fingers curl around this imaginary ball. Just put your attention there. And start to picture your hands smoothing the outside of the ball, just rubbing your hands around the ball. Don't letting your hands touch, but just smoothing around the ball. You might reverse your directions and smooth the other way. We're going to play with this energy, this ball of goodness. You're going to open your arms up ever so slightly. Keep your eyes closed. So just imagine you're stretching that ball. And then slowly press your hands back towards each other, but don't let them touch. Find that first shape of the ball. And then you'll inhale and open your hands just a little bit wider, stretching it. And then when you exhale, pressing hands towards each other, back to the original size ball. Do that about 3 more times. You're just sort of stretching this taffy-like container. Just sort of start to feel, you should feel some sort of something between your hands, as if there's like this magnetic pull. Take 2 more. Starting to play with this. This is your energy or your chi. Go ahead and open up your eyes and just begin to take that energy ball across as if you're dragging it across a countertop. Come back around. Remember, I'm turned just slightly. You'll just cross back to the right, or maybe you started with the left, and you're just going to smooth this ball. You're rolling it across the countertop. Nice and slow, don't drop the ball, keep sweeping it. Beautiful. Maybe the pace gets a little bit swifter to slide the ball. We'll take 2 more. Beautiful. Now we're going to take that ball and drop it down on the outside of one side. I'm going to go with the right, and I'm going to toss it up to the left. I'm going to drop it to the right, toss it to the left, drop it, and toss it. This is excellent for your balance as well. Toss it, drag, 3 more, toss it, drag, 2, Beautiful. Hold on to that sweet ball. Last one, and then we go back to sliding it across the counter. Just kind of resetting here, refocusing on the space between our hands, feeling that energy. 2 more. So perfect. Now we're gonna toss it down the opposite leg, cross your body and toss it up. Lower it and toss it. Just like that, we're making this diagonal sweep across the body. Excellent for the brain. 3 more. 2, notice how your legs work to keep you centered. Last one. Beautiful, we come back to the countertop. We're gonna change this up. 2 more. Keep holding that precious ball. We'll begin to draw a figure 8. We loop it up and over, up and over. Don't drop the ball, just hold on gently, soft hands, up and over. 3 more. 2. Last one. Come back across the counter. Sweep. Nice. You should start to feel something in your arms here if you haven't already. 2 more. Nice and slow. Perfect. Now we're going to reverse that figure 8 and go up and over. You might not remember which way you started. You'll know. This will feel different. We have a natural way that we like to do this. You'll feel uncomfortable. Up and over. Draw that figure 8, that infinity sign on its side. Beautiful form. Feel your arms. You should feel your belly, a little bit in your legs. 3. Just let your energy move over the obstacles. Beautiful. 1 more. Slide it across the counter. Sweet. Almost there. Almost done. 2 more. Now, come back to center and just sort of recollect that energy. Pull it in just a little bit. Now we're going to push the energy away, grab it, and pull it back in. Push and pull. And start to even lean forward and pull back. We need to work and fire up the muscles in the back. Push and pull. Push and we pull. 3, 2. Last one. You slide across the canvas. 2. You have 1 more set here. Separate your legs just a little bit. Contain that energy. You're going to toss it up to the heavens. Grab it and pull it down. Toss it all the way up. Wait for it, catch it, and pull it down. 1 more. Up, catch, fold. Up, catch. 2 more. You notice how this principle and this method, let's just flow. 1 more for fun. And bring it back. So nice. Take your right arm in a circle. Circle. 5 more. Big circle. 4, 3, 2. Same arm. Flip your palm and go the other way. It's as if you're giving something from your heart out to the world. So you scoop into your heart and throw those seeds. Do it again. 4, 3, 2. Last one. Other arm. Bring it in. Bring in some patience. Bring in some goodness. Bring in some joy. We always need sometimes in our lives just a little bit. We can take plenty from the universe. There's so much love, so much goodness. 3 more. 2 more. And now we flip our palm and we dip into our own source and we give it away. We give some of that light, some of that sparkle. We each have 4 more. Feel that in your shoulders. 3, 2, last one, arms down. Perfect. Let's move on, come into our legs, give our shoulders just a little bit of a break. So I'm going to turn towards my chair. Maybe that's a sofa for you or a bed. It doesn't really matter what it is as long as you're pretty equal. Go ahead and take your back leg. So I'm facing this way. This is my right leg. My left leg's going to bend. Then I'm going to turn and open up so that my left knee is forward. My right leg is straight, my toes are up. Belly's facing you. So I'm going to come into this really nice stretch for my inner thigh and my right leg. I'm going to sit tall. It's hard to see in my black blouse, but I'm not slouched over. I'm still remaining pretty tall. I'm going to take my right arm and extend it. Locate my hip crease, and I'm going to reach forward towards the back of the chair. Won't reach it. Might later, but I won't reach it yet. And then I'm going to grab my toes. Maybe you grab your ankle, your knee. Wherever you're at is perfect. Maybe you're here today. Maybe you're here. Maybe you're here. Your other arm is going to reach high to the sky and then up and over. You feel a nice stretch through the left side, the one that's bent. Really nice stretch through the straight right leg. Beautiful. Take an inhale. Go a little deeper on your exhale. Rise back up. And then lower your left and come up to a seat. We're going to take that again. We're going to change the leg that's on the chair. I'm going to bend it just slightly. See the bottom of my foot. I'm a barefoot girl, so the bottoms of my feet are always dirty. So I take it out. So my knees to the back. Inner thigh is getting a nice stretch. This time I'm going to rest my elbow just ever so slightly on my thigh, and that forces an external rotation to happen. Just gives a little bit of pressure. I'm not on my knee, I'm just above my knee. Again, left arm goes up, and then I reach up and over, putting a little bit more pressure on that bent elbow into the thigh. And a nice opening here through my groin. Beautiful. Take a big breath in, go a little bit deeper, and then rise up. Keep my leg bent. I'm going to turn forward towards that bent leg. I'm going to sit really tall here. Nice open hip and lean forward. For some of us, we won't go far. My hips aren't going to like this, but for you, your hips may love it. Just be mindful of any pull that you feel in the body. We walk a really fine line in yoga. A fine line that is sensation, that feels like a good stretch. And the other side of that is too much. So listen to your body. Go ahead and rest your elbows, round your spine, and just sort of hunker over those folded legs. And then you'll rise back up to center. Go ahead and straighten your leg again, but face your toes. So keep your belly right there, aimed at your toes. Get long through your spine, and then start to hinge forward. You're going to feel it immediately behind the leg into the glutes. So for me, I'm not going far today. You might be able to fold more. Remember, it's not a competition. There's no right or wrong. It's what you feel, and your body knows where to stop. We'll take another breath or two here, and then we're going to add on something with the arms just to get a little different sensation. Go ahead and rise up. Take your left hand, so the opposite of the straight, and it's going to reach forward and then to the outside of the straight leg, and slide it down to the outer ankle. So you're going to feel this nice stretch through that straight leg. And your right arm goes up, and you turn and look up. Beautiful stretch. Rise up. Turn back towards the straight leg. I'm going to take one more hip opener. So it's going to be open here again. So I slid it into a bent position, the knees open. Take my left leg and open it. So now I've got this half like straddle pose. My hand's going to reach down and grab the ankle. Elbow's going to rest on my calf. Left arm again goes up, and then we go up and over. Come back up and come on down. So go ahead and reset. I'm gonna flip to the other side so that you don't see the back of me for the whole other side. So I'm gonna switch chairs. You can do the same, whatever feels best for you. Left leg now is on the chair. Toes are up. I'm getting an immediate nice stretch. I'm gonna open up. So just this might be enough for you. It might be enough. I'm locating my hip crease. And my left hand is gonna reach for my toes. Maybe it reaches the chair today. Maybe it doesn't. I'm gonna stay with my toes. Notice that I have long lines here. Leg is long, arm is long, my side body's long. My right arm goes up. And then I go up and over. I'm gonna stay and breathe. Take a long breath in and reach deeper. And then the inhale comes up and you lower. Perfect. So now we're gonna open up that leg. Rest the arm just above the knee. Right arm up and over. Put a little pressure, not too much, but give it enough pressure so that your hip feels something, your glute feels something. Go a little deeper on your next exhale. Rise up and come on back. Let's turn the whole body. Take your left leg and straighten it. And for many of us, this may be enough. My nose is going to aim towards my toes. I'm just going to hinge a tiny bit. Doesn't have to be much. Go further, your knee and your nose might find a little connection there. It might not. That's okay. And then rise up. Here's where we're going to add the arm and the twist. So take your right hand, reach it forward. Cross it to the outer ankle of the left leg. Notice the spine rotates. Then your left arm goes up and you look at it. Rise back up. When we come again to that open, I'm going to take this one forward. So we switched up the order, but we're going to go forward. So take a big breath in. Push the belly forward, get into the head. And you decide how far to go. This is called a seated pigeon pose. If you're familiar with traditional yoga, pigeon is a deep hip opener. So this gives that same sensation. And then go ahead and rise up. Let's go to that open one here. Yeah, so we're gonna push and just another stretch here. Arm can go up and over. Beautiful, rise up and come on back. I'm gonna go ahead and straddle my legs as if I'm aiming towards my chair. I'm gonna bring my forearms right down to the chair. This is gonna give my back a nice relief. So you can stay just like this, or you can begin to slide the arms down and put your forehead right on that chair. Just a few breaths here. This is a nice place to pause. I'm just going to gather up again. And then start to come back to forearms if you've gone down to the forehead. And then push your hands up to the chair. Keep them nice and straight. So you can see how my spine is straight. My hips are nice and open. Got this big space here. My hands are pressed onto the chair with straight arms. I'm going to come into just a little bit of tricep work here, nothing too much. Remember, this is a calm class. It's not a real vigorous class. So there are some mistakes that people make when they come into a push-up. Their elbows go way out. That just causes a lot of pressure in the joints. So I'm going to take the eye of my elbow and rotate it forward towards the back of the chair. And that forces my elbows to tuck in. Take a breath in here. Then watch. Bend your elbows. Skim your side body halfway down. And press back up. Do that again. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, elbows in. They should be on the inside of your knees, touching your ribs maybe. Beautiful, you have 3 more. Use your breath. 2. Last one. Perfect. Take your left arm and cross it so the fingers are forward. Right arm goes up. You get a big opening here. Perfect. You'll switch. Right arm goes to the chair, left arm goes up. and lower that down. Press yourself up. Cross your arms like an X. Place them back on the chair. Slide them forward. Take your head into that inner hole, that top hole of the X, and tuck your chin, lower your head. You should feel a stretch through your upper back here as your spine rounds, as your chin tucks. Slide your hands back towards the edge of the seat, rise up, open up your arms. You're gonna make an X the other way. We have a familiar way and an unfamiliar way. Hands slide back down the chair, put your head in the hole, tuck your chin. Perfect, slowly come back up. Last couple stretches here, then we're gonna go back to the beginning, back to that Tai Chi-ish kind of flow and goodness of calm waters. Bring your left leg up, bring your right leg up. Might need to scooch in, scooch forward, bring the other chair in. Make sure that your toes are up. So I'm pushing against that back of the chair. I'm not gonna go far today, it's okay. Locate that hip crease. Just start to sandwich your body. I like to hook my hands underneath my knees. And just let your body drape over your straight legs. This is the seated forward fold. And tuck your chin. Just let the weight of your head sort of open up the back, upper back. If you feel a sensation that doesn't feel good, just come up just a little bit and tuck your chin. Nice. Slowly begin to come back up. Take your legs off the chair. I'm going to turn just a little bit cattywampus again. You don't feel like you don't need to, but if you'd like to, that's fine. We're going to find that ball again. We're going to put that series of Tai Chi together, sort of in one movement, if you will. I'll just guide you through it. So locate that beautiful crystal ball, that glass ball, that ball made of beautiful light and gems, whatever it is that you have in your mind that this precious, precious ball is. Hold it soft in your hands, and let's begin to slide it across the counter. Nice and slow. Just slide it. The next time you go across, begin to loop it like that figure eight. Just let it move. Don't think too much about it. And slide it across the counter. And then throw it down to one side, doesn't matter which. Toss it up to the opposite. Do that again. Just let it flow. One. Beautiful slide across the counter. You're going to go the opposite side, now toss it down. Sweep. Toss it down. Sweep. One more. Beautiful, come back to that table. Slide it across the counter. Now bring it to your heart. Push it away and pull it in. Push it away and pull it in. 1, 3. You get a little deeper with your back. 2. Last one. Separate your legs. We're going to toss it down. Up. Catch it and lower it. Up. Catch it and lower it. 2 more. Up. We're going to do 1 more. Up. Catch it, bring it to your heart. We're going to drop big circle up and over with the ball. Up and over. Feel your side body here. 2 more. Last one. Go the other way. Up and over. Get a stretch through your ribs here. If we sit a lot, we don't have that opening through the ribs. It helps our lungs. Take deeper breaths. Really open. Do 2 more. Last one. Countertop slide. Beautiful. Now come to center. Close your hands around that energy. Let your palms touch. Take a moment just to be. Remember that life has so many obstacles. We have things in our life, be a symbol of a big boulder that seems like we'll never be able to go around it. Maybe there's twigs that clutter up our minds, form of worry and anxieties. But there's water that has this power to move around it and through it and over it. Even the fringy stuff on the outside of a riverbank Water's able to move through it. And the stuff on the outside of your life that might be annoyances or disagreements, just move through it. Become that calm, beautiful person we're supposed to be. Reach your arms up. Grab an arm and pull it up and over. Feel balance. And then rise back up. Grab your right arm and pull it up and over. Back to center. Place your palms together and bring it right back to your heart. So beautiful to have you. So beautiful to share. Just a little different practice today. Lots of movement. You should feel a little bit invigorated in the body. If you want to repeat the practice, if you're up for an hour-long class, you can always do that. But you can go back and view an older video. I typically have at least 4 available, so you can watch these as many times as you would like. And then as I produce new ones, I unpublish one of the earlier ones. They may be coming back into circulation at some point, but for now I'm just creating new stuff every couple of weeks and closing off some of the older stuff so that you always have great content to watch, and you can watch them as many times as you'd like. Feel free to share these too with friends and family. It's a great way for people to stay healthy and connected, and I'm sure they would love the recommendation coming from you. So thank you so much, and I look forward to seeing you all really, really soon, and please take care of yourself and be well.